Muskie Men. Cinematography in this was great. I especially liked a lot of the underwater photography. I think that was amazing. The interviews in this were really, really great. And the subject matter was fascinating. One of those people who I had never even heard of these fish. So it was very educational for me to get to know these fish. And wow, what an interesting character that this was, the main thing was about. This gentleman, he was very interesting. I love the fact that they did catch and release. That's awesome. And I think the filmmakers were smart to incorporate a lot of the past footage in there. Yeah, this was interesting and it was fun.
Muskie Man. I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really fun and interesting to learn about. I don't know anything about fishing, so getting to see like this small kind of portion of it, I thought was a nice kind of intro into something that a lot of people are very, very, very passionate about. I also love that this highlighted that, a hobby can, if you're really passionate about something and you have so much determination surrounding it, it can be the thing that keeps you going and you can accomplish so much with it. But along with that also comes like with pride and with, being an expert and being proud of your hobby and what you've accomplished within that. And that can also translate to ensuring that people aren't maybe not taking advantage of, but people aren't, stating things or getting records that they don't really deserve, which obviously did happen in this film, and that can make you some enemies. But I thought that it was really nice to see somebody that cared so much about the integrity of, the thing that he's most passionate about and wanted to keep it as, pure and accurate as he could, whatever the consequences were. And, obviously there were some consequences, but also, like I was saying, that like the love of the edge of the competitiveness of getting one more that's bigger, of like pushing yourself just that much further, literally kept him going. And that's what he was, taking care of his body for. That's what he was, kind of centering all of his trips and everything on, and how much that kind of extended his his drive and commitment extended and influenced other people within this kind of tiny fishing community. And I think that that's something really lovely.
I really liked Muskie Man. The big thing I wanted to shout out was the cinematography. Oh my goodness. Um, I don't know what luck y'all had, or what, or what, or what, but y'all were cooking with the angles, with the lighting, the LUTs, the color correction. I thought it was fire. Also the subject matter, very interesting. Um, Muskie Man, I thought bro had a natural camera presence that makes for a great subject uh to follow. I always say the strength of a documentary rides and dies on the subject matter, and I think y'all picked a fire subject matter. So overall, I think it was well done. Great editing, great cinematography, great subject matter.
Muskie Man is a documentary that breaks down the relationship between man and nature, having this sense of appreciation for fish life, aquatic life, and this connection that fishermen often have with these fish on a day-to-day basis. These are a group of catchers. We follow this man who essentially advocates for the better well-being of a particular breed of fish. You follow this person as, they talk about the history and the eloquence that it takes to kind of take ownership of human responsibility and, comment that speaks out to me the most is when he's speaking in front of all of his fellow gentlemen, and he is talking about, once upon a time we were always after grabbing the biggest fish and taking it home, and now we've sort of flipped that system, and we now leave the bigger fish behind and take the smaller fish in to kind of help populate and keep best practice with this type of species, and being thoughtful and not taking advantage and causing issues for a species in itself. So we get to see this really nice spiritual relationship almost between a man and a passion for his hobbies, and a day in the life of what it's like to be involved in this part of community in the world.